Hey team, welcome to the channel, man. I am stoked to see you. So I know a lot of the videos been pushing up lately. Some of it's been kind of news oriented, and of course continuing on with some professional development on how to prepare for boards. If I say four sometimes like it's a fir tree. I mean, I gotta learn how to talk. But I did want to take a minute and talk to y'all about just something I'm thinking about driving home, enjoying these half-day schedules. On leadership itself and some of the leadership challenges I think that, we've all faced, and you're probably facing some of these challenges right now, and certainly you will. And I think the Army is going to continue to face these challenges as an organization, and it's going to force us to face them as well. And that's a change in environment. And that can be, one of the biggest leadership challenges that we can face is just the changing of the environment. I don't care if that operating environment that we're talking about is in theater and we're talking about things that are downrange and our rules of engagement changing on us. We've seen it in the same thing in the garrison environment. I saw it back in the 90s when I was first in, and I've seen it take place since I've been back in. Policies, procedures, how we do leadership, it changes all the time. And some people get caught up in how things used to be. Well, back when I was a young buck sergeant, I didn't have to worry about this, that, or the third. Or, back in the 90s, which I can say, I didn't have to worry about this, or I could do that in response, right? I didn't feel like I was, under a microscope, if you will. And you're gonna hear a lot of people say that. Now, I've never felt like I'm under a microscope. To a certain degree, I think we all do, but I don't feel like I'm personally under a microscope. I'm not worried or concerned about how I'm being perceived because of one thing, right? Because it all comes back down to the current, that undertow. What is moving us? You can't see the wind, but dadgum if it will not tear you up, right? I've been through some hurricanes, man. I've been through some cyclones and some typhoons. You can't see the wind. And what is the wind that's pushing us? If it's based off of feeling and emotion, friends, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation that you can't control, right? That you can't control. You need to learn how to control your narrative so that you can, have your story played out in the direction and towards the end that you're hoping for, and that's what you're looking for. But when we're being pulled by emotion, when we're being drawn in by some preconceived notions, which can be, by the way, the feeling of being under a microscope, that sense of somebody on the outside might be looking at me, so I need to, act prim and proper and do things a certain way. That can actually hinder you in your leadership ability. And if you don't trust me, look at your senior leaders and how you respond to them and their leadership style. You see, just because you become a first sergeant or a sergeant major or you're a commander at any echelon, none of that matters. We're all people, man. We're all people at the end of the day. And so we all need to take a moment to realize that everybody goes through the same types of processes with how we deal and how we adapt. We all want to win. Everybody wants to win. But what are we going to base that win off of? What are we willing to sacrifice for the win? What do we think the win even means in the first place? What does it mean to win? Does it mean I get a gold star? Is that how I know when I've arrived, when I receive my win? When I get that silver bullet on my NCOER, is that how I know that I've won? When I get an achievement medal or a commendation medal, is that how I know that I've won? How do you know when you win? Again, my friends, if it's based off of things that are on a piece of paper, you can win that way, right? You can win. But that's going to cost you. I'm telling you that it's costing you more than what you're giving. If you don't think that you're arriving until you get promoted and you get some money in the bank, if you don't think that you're arriving and becoming the leader and with the respect that you think that you deserve until you get commendations and pats on the back, man, I'm telling you, you need to self-check yourself. You need to check yourself. And we need to truly look deep and understand what it is that's pushing us. Because these things, although they may get us somewhere, they will fall short every single time. Every single time, they will fall short. Start to identify your values, man. Really think about it and contemplate, ruminate on them. Because it's our values that will drive us. It's our values that do drive us, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, whether we're lying to ourselves or whether we're telling ourselves the truth about what our values are, right? And too many times we, out of our mouth, say some words that sound good. But in our actions, they fall short. Which means ultimately, when that happens, listen to me, friends, when that happens, ultimately what that means is our values that we thought were driving us, we were being driven by different values. Probably egotism, right? Self-centeredness was driving us in these moments when we become hypocrites, and it's okay. Friends, listen to me, we all fall short. I make mistakes all the time. I have a soldier right now who's about getting a dadgum accident, acting like a freaking idiot. I mean, I have a soldier right now who's going through a really hard time, and ultimately it's my fault. And her family, you know, they're being forced to face some decisions, and it's not that I acted wrong. I don't think I acted wrong. But I certainly could have made things move a little bit quicker for her and her family. And I'm doing the best I can now, and I acknowledge that, right? I acknowledge my shortcomings. I acknowledge the things that I need to do to course correct. And that's what I'm telling you, friends. It's okay to make mistakes, right? It's okay to make mistakes. The fool about got us all in an accident. Trying to turn around on this road like that. It's absolutely retarded. But you know, I have a soldier right now who's going through a really difficult time. And you know, truth be told, if you peel back some onions, it's not my fault, right? But I, in this particular situation, could have handled some things a little bit different and had some things resolved that would have been to the soldier's benefit as well as their family. And I acknowledge that, right? And I think that's the thing at the end of the day. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to have to course correct. But the thing is, you have to correct your course, right? You have to come up with a new azimuth and start moving in that direction. Align your actions to what your values are. Consistently, you know, have that internal GPS draw in, you know, your space, your distance, how fast you're moving, your location. If it's not tied in, to enough satellites, just like a GPS, it's not going to do you any good. Hey man, I appreciate you. I'm going to let you go. We're getting on I-5, moving south, and we'll catch you on the flip side, man. I hope you guys are doing well. If you enjoyed the content or the quality of the conversation, make sure you like it. Leave some comments down below, and we'll continue to keep a conversation growing so that we can learn from each other. Until then, man, you guys, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.